Mike and Lillian got up early the next morning and went to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast. Usual booth by the window. Penelope took their order. Good morning, Mike and Lelena. It's so nice to see you. Oh, hi, Penelope. Yeah, it's so nice to be back. And the realm where Reality Bites 2 takes place. I miss San Francisco so much. How can I help you? Give me the Bayside Griddle occasion, a cup of Mountain Morning Coffee. For you, Mike. Give me the Paradise Pancakes, a cup of Mountain Morning Coffee. Coming right up. It's so nice to look out the window here in Pancakes by the Bay and observe the happy San Francisco people. It sure is. I miss that. It's fun to observe these people. We have to start writing our script based on these people. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I thought that what we could do is write the script and put on a performance right here in the restaurant. The performance will be untitled so as to give them no indication of what it's about. After the performance, we could tell the people that it is based on their interactions. That'd be wonderful. Do you want to take a walk around town? It's beautiful out. Sure. Let's have some fun. Mike and Lelena went for a walk around San Francisco and had a wonderful morning. Mike and Lelena got up early the next morning. And went to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee. Breakfast again. Penelope took their order. How can I help you people? Give me the Bayside crepes and a cup of Mountain Morning Coffee. And for you, Lelena? Give me the Bayside pancakes and a cup of Mountain Morning Coffee. Coming right up. We have to start writing our script based on our observations of passersby. I know. Do you have any ideas yet? I think the Corvette woman should be in the script. Yeah, there are some intriguing behaviors to be observed relating to her, including the packages she keeps passing back and forth to other people. I happened to catch a glimpse of something else very intriguing. What else? I saw peculiar sights. If you look into her rearview mirror, you could see some kind of supernatural being from the netherworld. This being cannot be seen outside of the mirror, where it appears to be reflected into the mirror, but could be seen in the mirror. The Corvette woman also gives this being packages. Wow, that is intriguing. Do you want to go back to my condominium to practice more William Shakespeare dialect? Sure. Mike and Leland practicing more William Shakespeare dialect. Mike and Elena got up the next morning and went to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee. They got the usual booth by the window. Penelope took their order. How? Give me the Bayside pancakes and a cup of Mountain Morning Coffee. And for you, Lelena, give me the Bayside crepes and a cup of Mountain Morning Coffee. Coming right up. Look out the window. Wonder what's going on out there. They look out the window to see the Corvette woman staring intensely at the supernatural being in her rearview mirror. The supernatural being stares back at Penelope with a hideous glow of malevolence in her eyes and wanders off into another dimension, into another realm. Penelope then gets out of the car and walks up to another woman on the sidewalk and hands her a package. The woman then physically passes through a mirror on the sidewalk where she intermingles with people and objects that are reflected by the mirror. She has become a part of the mirror's reflections. That's fascinating. That woman is in the mirror among the reflections of the mirror. I wonder why she's in there. Images and people reflected by a mirror can trail off and form a quasi reality wherein the reality that they are reflecting can coalesce with the reflection itself. People can actually physically enter into their own reflected realities wherein they can form new realities and new planes of existence. I wonder why that woman went in there with a package. Maybe to escape this reality where people are after the package? Yeah, maybe. Do you want to go back to your condominium price more William Shakespeare dialect? Sure. Mike and Lyle went back to Mike's condominium price more William Shakespeare dialect. After finishing performing their William Shakespeare dialogue, Mike and Lyle sat on Mike's couch to have a beer and talk. Just being with you is an exquisite pleasure. It's what I look forward to most every day. I agree. Just looking into your eyes and feeling the essence of your soul takes me to places of perfection. When I look into your eyes, I know I was meant for you and you were meant for me. I feel the same way. All of a sudden, Mike and Elena are somehow transported to the sidewalk in front of Pancakes by the Bay, where the Corvette woman entered a mirror. The table of the living room. All of a sudden, he looks into the mirror. He looks into the large mirror on the wall in the living room and sees not his reflection in the present moment, but his reflection an hour into the future. Is this what you were looking for? Yes, it is. Would you give that back to me? No. What's in it? An object that no one on Earth has ever seen that can transform the future. Bye. With that, he vanished. Mike and Lelena talked into the evening. They performed some more William Shakespeare dialogue. Mike and Lelena got up the next morning and went to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee. They got their usual booth by the window. Penelope took the order. Penelope took their order. What do you want this morning? Give me the Bayside crepes and a cup of Mountain Morning coffee. Lelena, and what's it going to be for you? Give me the Bayside crepes and a cup of Mountain Morning coffee. Coming right up. What do you think of the package that could transform the future? I think the notion of having a package that can transform the future has some serious implications to it. If somebody has a package that can transform the future, just think of all the potential tragedies that can be averted. That's true. Also, think about the heinous machinations that could be started. The package could be used for either good or evil. Yeah, I agree. All of a sudden, they see future Mike through the window in a mirror on the sidewalk. In the mirror on the sidewalk, the Corvette woman pulls up right next to him in her Corvette, stops at the curb. She walks up to the mirror. From within the mirror, future Mike hands the package to the Corvette woman. She takes the package, gets into her car, and drives off frantically. As future Mike looks at Mike and Elena with a sinister look on his face, wow, that's something else. Do you want to go back to my condominium? Sure. Mike and Elena practice more willing pitcher. Mike and Elena thoroughly enjoyed their performance of Williams pitcher like that evening. Got up the next morning to go for a walk along the ocean on that warm summer day in early June. Elena, yes, what is it, Mike? If you could transform the future, in what way would you transform it? Now, that's something I haven't given a lot of thought to. Considering the fact that the future does not yet exist, only the past and present exists, how can you transform something that does not yet exist? Or does it exist? In the same sense that you could say that the future doesn't exist, you may also say that the past doesn't exist because it's gone, right? So how could something that's gone exist? It doesn't appear that anybody has traveled to the past. If the past did exist as something tangible, you could surmise that you could access it. You might be onto something. The past does exist in images in our minds and in artifacts in the tangible world. But is the past itself something that exists apart from our memories of it? I think that perhaps within a duality of an eternal nowness of being, that there paradoxically exists a past and a future. The question is whether or not the past and future may be altered or traveled to. If so, the package is important. I agree. They walked along the beach more of the afternoon and made love in the moonlight on the shore that evening. Would you like to go back to my condominium? That's more related to Shakespeare. Like, sure. Mike and Lily went by the bags of Mike's condominium. Mike and Elena got up the next morning and went to pancakes for the babe for breakfast and coffee. Penelope took their order. How can I help you? Give me the Bayside griddle cakes and a cup of mud morning coffee. And for you, Elena, give me the Bayside griddle cakes and a cup of mountain morning coffee. Coming right up. Have you been thinking about the murder lately? No, have you? Not much. It's gone unsolved for many months. Maybe we should be thinking about it. I say we let the detectives solve it. I've been thinking about the American buffalo lately and its spiritual connection to the indigenous people of Texas. Oh, yeah, that. How's that coming along? Wonderfully. I found that the American buffalo is an iconic figure that not only gets Texans in touch with their inner selves, but also many American people. That's excellent. Oh, here comes Penelope with our order. Here you are. Thanks, Penelope. Look out the window. Do you see that? Is a Corvette woman staring at us from inside her car, wearing square sunglasses, intermittently smiling and frowning. So she's got these square sunglasses on, but she keeps smiling and then frowning intermittently, like flashing lights. In the same way, flashing lights intermittently flash and then turn off. She's smiling and then frowning with her square sunglasses on. You dig? Okay. Um, I love her square sunglasses. Wait a minute. Yes, I see it. Do you like her? Do you like the square sunglasses? I love her square sunglasses. I love them because they are not only square, but they are so huge. So, yes, I do love her square sunglasses. Do you love her square sunglasses? Yes, I love them. I love them not because they are huge, but because they are square. I would, however, love them more if they were oval. How much more would you love her square sunglasses if they were oval? I would love her square sunglasses 74% more if they were oval. That being said, I think her square sunglasses are cool. They are not square. They are square in shape, but not square when it comes to coolness. You know, like hip or square. They're actually cool, even though they're square. They're hip. They're not square. They're square in shape, but they're not square in terms of coolness. I think you get it. Okay. Do you want to go back to my comment? Bryce Moore on the shows here? Like, sure. Mike and Lana went to bed. Mike and Lana got up the next morning and went for a walk along the ocean near the Golden Gate Bridge. It was a sublimely beautiful. It was sublimely beautiful. Okay. With the early June sun highlighting the facial contours of Leilana's ageless beauty. Have you thought any more about the murder? No. Have you? As a matter of fact, I have. I saw something early this morning before you got up. You did? What time were you up? I got up early at 4 in the morning to go for a run. It's a great time to be up. There's not too many people around. It's so serene. That's nice. What did you see? I saw the Corvette woman pull up to the curb in front of Pancakes by the Bay. A strange-looking man walked up to the car, reached into it and grabbed the package from her. As he ran off, I thought that she reached for a gun. Okay? I thought I saw her reach for a gun. I didn't see the gun because it was too dark. This brought me to the conclusion that maybe people are fighting over the package because it can transform the future. This fight over the package, I surmise, might be a motive for murder. That's a somewhat plausible theory. Thanks. Now I'm trying to figure out why each particular person would want to transform the future. Do you want to go to Pancakes by the Bay? Sure. Michael and Lynn went to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee. They got their usual booth by the window. Penelope took the order. How can I help you? Give me the Bayside griddle cakes and a cup of mud morning coffee. And for you, Lelena, give me the Bayside griddle cakes and a cup of mud morning coffee. Coming right up. Penelope, I have a question. Yeah, what is it? Are you still working on your movie about the murder mystery here? Yes, it's almost completed. That's interesting. I have a theory about the murder. That's great. When the movie comes out, you can go and see it, piece together clues, and see if it fits your theory about the murder. Excellent. Can Elena and I be in it? Sure. Still have a few more scenes to complete. I'll let you know when. I'll let you know where and when to be, and I'll let you know where to be and when. They would be excellent. See you later, Penelope. Bye. Would you like to go back to my company phrase? More I can later went back to Mike's. Like Atlanta, got up early next morning to go for a walk along the ocean by the bay. The temperature was nearly perfect that morning, but strong winds and a gray sky suggested that a storm may be imminent. Suddenly, a man in a raincoat and a fisherman's hat ran up to them. Stay out of it. What? Stay out of what? You know what? Stay out of it. I don't know what you are talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Can you clarify? I don't think I need to clarify. I think you know what I'm talking about. No? We don't know what you're talking about. What the fuck are you talking about? Stay out of the solving of the murder mystery unless you want to put yourselves in harm's way. Harm's way is my middle name. I'm not afraid to be in harm's way. As a matter of fact, I live in a street named Harm's Way. Really? No, I'm just kidding. Seriously though, why should we stay out of the solving of the murder mystery? There's a hidden society of counterparts of each person living in a parallel realm in this area. Each of us has a counterpart, an exact duplicate of ourselves that wants to take over. If they do so, they could be cast off into that realm. And they could take over for us here. I doubt that. The man suddenly ran away. What? You don't believe him, do you? You never know. I doubt it. Do you want to go to Pancakes by the Bay? Sure. Michael and Elena went to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee. They got their usual booth by the window. Penelope took their order. What will it be? Give me the Bayside griddle cakes and a cup of mod morning coffee. And for you, Elena, give me the Bayside griddle cakes and a cup of mod morning coffee. Coming right up. As Penelope walked off, she looked out the window at a man and a woman who were dressed up in black hooded capes. Black hooded capes. Like those worn by the people involved in black magic and the occult. They nodded at each other with approving gestures. Did you see that, Lelena? Yeah. I think Penelope may still be a suspect. Penelope came back with her food. Let's let's just enjoy the food, sure. It's delicious. I agree. Do you want to go back to my condominium to practice more William Shakespeare dialogue? Sure. Mike and Lillian went back to Mike's condominium and practiced more William Shakespeare dialogue. Here's a nicer one. Okay. Scene 7, Elsinore the Castle. Hamlet, Prince of Denmark. Enter King and Laertes. Now must your conscience my acquaintance seal, and you must put me in your heart for friend. Sith you have heard, and with a knowing ear, that he which hath your noble father slain pursued my life. It well appears. But tell me, why you proceeded not against these feats, so crimeful and so capital in nature, as by your safety, wisdom, all things else, you mainly were stirred up? All for two special reasons, which may to you perhaps seem much unsinewed, but yet, to me, they are strong. The queen, his mother, lives almost by his books, and for myself, my virtue or my plague, be it either which, she is so conjunctive to my life and soul that as the star moves not but in his sphere, I could not but hear. The other motive, why to a public comment I might not go, is the great love the general gender bear him, who dipping all his faults in their affection, worked like the spring that turneth wood to stone. Convert his God's graces, so that my avows, too slightly timbered for so loud a wind, would have reversed to my bow again, but not where I have aimed them. And so have I a noble father lost, a sister driven into desperate terms, whose worth, if praises may go begging, and should challenge her on mount of all the age for her perfections, but my revenge will come. Break not your sleeps for that. You must not think that we are made of stuff so flat and dull that we can let our beard be shook with danger. And think it is pastime. You shortly shall hear more. How now? What news? Letters from Hamlet. From Hamlet? Who brought them? Sailors. They saw? I saw them not. They were given to me by Claudio. He received them. Of that, Macbeth. It's Macbeth time. Time for Macbeth. You dig? Taming the Shrew, 12th Night, King John, The Tempest, Much Ado About Nothing, Measure for Measure. The Comedy of Errors, Much Ado About Nothing, A Midsummer Night's Dream. The Winter's Tale, Twelfth Night, All's Well That Ends Well. The Taming of the Shrew. King Lear. Which one should I do? Let's see, The Taming of the Shrew. Guess it doesn't matter. Nobody's listening. Okay, I'll do The Taming of the Shrew. All right. Okay. Let's go to Act 2, Scene 1. Enter Katharina and Bianca. Good sister, wrong me not wrong yourself. To make a bondmaid of you, that I disdain, but for these other gods, unbind thy hands, I pull them off thyself. Yes, I don't like that. Okay. Let's see. Something that's more obscure, more arcane. Wait a minute. The Tempest? Pericles, Prince of Tyre? I'll do Antony and Cleopatra. Nah. Othello, King Lear. Julius Caesar. Introduction by Patrick Riley. Julius Caesar is a study of division in the state and in the self, a divided city, a divided hero, a divided response from the reader to the key characters and central action of the play. Is Caesar demigod or braggart? Is Brutus noble or foolish? What is the morality of the preemptive strike, the ethics of political assassination? The Civil War, which is the basic subject matter, permeates every aspect of the play. In the opening scene is a joke that touches the core of the play's meaning. Flavius, supporter of the side in the Civil War just vanquished by Caesar, indignantly asks a workman why he is so inappropriately making holiday by leading his men through the streets. The man, a cobbler, pertly replies, "Truly, sir, to wear out your shoes to get myself into more work before supplying the real reason to celebrate Caesar's triumph." The jocosely divided motives of the cobbler are a comic anticipation of the tragic dilemma of the central character. In addition, the answer opens the door upon the key question of the play, the nature of politics and the motives of those who participate therein. Cassius and Brutus are also leading men about the streets in a conspiracy that will end in Caesar's assassination. Are they doing it from self-interest or higher motives? Cassius is easy to understand because there is no division in him. He is simply envy masquerading as principle. Envy masquerading as principle. I've seen that before in real life. Resentful of Caesar because he himself would be Caesar and an upmarket version of the self-interested cobbler, leading his men for his own advantage. Antony and Octavius are also too easily comprehensible as they cold-bloodedly carve up the spoils, cynically battering the lives of their closest kinsmen, each concerned only with clawing as much power for himself as he can. Now let's get right into the play. Let's go to Scene 1, Roma Street. Enter Flavius, Morellus, and certain commoners over the stage. That's all. You like creatures to get you home. Is this a holiday? What? Know you not. Being mechanical, you ought not to walk upon laboring day with the sign of your profession. Speak, what trade art thou? Why, sir, a carpenter. Where's thy leather apron and thy rule? What dost thou with thy best apparel on? You, sir, what trade are you? Truly, a fine workman I am. I am, but you would say a cobbler. But what trade art you? Answer me directly. Trade? Something. I'm just gonna do. I'm just gonna perform Romeo and Juliet, Act 2, Scene 2, came to the Sergeant and Romeo. He just the scars that never felt the wound. Enter Juliet above at the window. But soft. What lie three yonder window breaks is ease, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair son, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou her maid art more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools that wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady, oh, it is my love, oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, that she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it. Am too bold, 'tis not to me she speaks, to the fairest stars in all the heaven. Having some business to entreat her eyes till they twinkle their spheres till they return. What if rhymes were there? They in her head, the brightness of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight doth a lamp. Would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing, and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand? Oh, that I were a glow upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek. She speaks, so speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious of this night being over my head as the winged messenger of heaven, unto the white upturned wondering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze at him. When he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore the... Shall I hear more, or shall I speak of that? Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable. What shall I swear by? Do not swear at all. Or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the God of my elders. Well, do not swear. Although I joyfully have no joy in this contract tonight, is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning which doth cease to be. One can say it lightens. Sweet good night. This bud of love by summer's ripening breath might prove a beauty's flower when next we meet. Good night, a sweet repose and rest. Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied? What satisfaction canst thou have tonight? The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine. I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again. Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love? But to be frank, to give it thee again, and yet I wish for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea. My love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite. I hear some noise within. Dear love, do a non-good nurse, sweet Montague, be true, stay but a little. Oh, blessed, blessed night. For being that this is all but a dream, too flattering, sweet to be substantial. Go to the end of the play now. Okay, the end of the play. And a Romeo and Balthazar with a torch and a Maddock and a crow of iron. Give me that Maddock and the wrenching iron. Oh, take this letter early in the morning. See thou delivered to my father. Give me the light upon thy life, I charge thee. Whatever thou hearest or seest, stand all aloof. and do not interrupt me in my course. Why I descend unto this bed of death is partly to behold my lady's face, but chiefly to take thence from her dead figure a precious ring, a ring that I must use in dear employment. Therefore, hence be gone. But if thou jealous dost return to pride, what a father shall intend to do, by heaven I shall tear thee joint by joint, and strew this hungry churchyard with thy limbs. The time of my intents are savage, wild, more fierce and more inexorable than roaring tigers. Or empty tigers, the roaring sea. So empty tigers are hungry, so they want to eat people. Okay. Let's go right to the end of the play. This letter doth make of the friar's words their course of love, the tidings of her death. And here he writes, I did to buy a poison, a poor apothecary, and therewithal came to this vault to die. Lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies, Capulet Montague? See what a scourge is laid upon your head, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love. And I, for winking your discourse too, have lost a brace of kinsmen, all are punished. Oh, brother Montague, give me thy hand. This is my daughter's jointure, for no more can I demand. But I can give you more, for I will raise her statue in pure gold. That whiles Verona by the name is known, there shall no figure etc. be said as that of true and faithful Juliet. As rich shall Romeo by his lady's lies, poor sacrifices of our enmity. A gloaming peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence, I have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned and some punished, for never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and Romeo.